Hello, it's August 6th, 5th, something like that. I've been on vacation, I don't know. It's Tuesday, August 5th or 6th, 2024. Look at the calendar, you'll figure it out. All right, so I have been looking for the perfect defense rifle. And listen, man, I'm too old, I'm too fat. I'm not gonna be running around getting into any wars, or if we're attacked, I'm gonna stay in my house. I'm just gonna pretty much defend my house. If you hear what's going on in California, they're having a little bit of a problem with burglaries and home invasions. So I just want the perfect rifle to defend myself if I needed to. And what I'm looking for is something with a shorter barrel, so I can do a CQB if I needed to. I like 300 blackout, but it's just, you know, 5.56 is just so much more available, and I got nothing against the blackout. It's just blackout's basically if you're gonna put a silencer, a suppressor on your weapon. And honestly, I'm not really big into registering things with the ATF, so I don't have a suppressor, and I don't plan on getting one. Plus, if I got to use it, I want the whole neighborhood to know that something's going on in that house across the street. There's a lot of loud bangs coming out of that house. Maybe we should call the police. So anyway, and so not really, I don't need the 300 blackout. And 308, just the package, and I'll get into that in a minute, is just too big to carry that 308 rifle. So I like my 5.56, it's readily available, it's fairly cheap, except for 9mm, it's probably the second most available round out there. So I want a short barrel, 5.56, and a really good quality rifle. Now, the Palmetto makes pretty good ARs. Grand Thumb did a torture test on it, and they lasted the 5,000 rounds, which is typical for an AR-15, so they're not bad. I also have a Palmetto AK-47 in 7.6239. Now 7.62 is it's a powerful round. It's just not ballistically. It's just not really all that accurate out to far distances. Again, I like my 5.56, right? So the thing I don't like about the AR-15 is it's a gas impingement, which means that you have to have the buffer tube on the top. And I want something that folds. Now the AK-47 does have a folding stock. I like that a lot, because it is a short, what do they call it? Short stroke impingement. I think that's the name they call it. It just has a different gas system than the AR-15, which allows for a folding stock because you don't need a buffer tube in the back. So my perfect gun, my perfect rifle, defense rifle, would be the accuracy, modularity, and you know, well, not really simplicity, but the accuracy, the modularity, and you know, just the feel of the AR-15. It's a feels good kind of gun. I mean, it's natural when you hold it. It's very ergo, right? It's a very ergo kind of weapon. Now the AK-47, extremely durable, extremely reliable. You know, throw this thing in a mud pit and stomp on it and run it over, and it's still going to fire. A simple system. So if you could take these two guns and put them together, then you'd have my perfect home battle rifle. And you know, SIG does make something like that called the Spear. And you can look it up, the MCX Spear, I believe. And they make the 5.56 model. The problem is it's a $2,600 gun. And SIG's a great brand, but it's not great. Well, I shouldn't say it's not great. It's not the best. And I've watched some reviews, and yeah, it's a great rifle, the SIG Spear in 5.56, but it's nothing to write home about from what I've seen. Now it is I believe it's a short stroke, where like the AK-47 is a long stroke piston. The Spear, I believe, is short stroke piston, which means it does have a collapsible stock on the Spear. Now, let's make sure these things are cleared, by the way. Cleared. And as I was saying, the Spear, the SIG, oh, that's the other thing too. I hate that. I hate that that charging handle back there. After shooting the AK-47, I started to really hate the AR-15 charging handle. But anyway, so the spear, by the way, I believe still has that charging handle. It is a short stroke piston system, but it's a $2,600 gun. And so I started doing some research on these long and short strokes. And what I found, which I think is just the perfect rifle, is the Israeli Weapons Industries Galil ACE 2. It's a beautiful rifle. I believe it's a long stroke piston system, just like the AK-47. So it does have a, and I always get this wrong when I'm trying to figure this one out. There you go. It does have a collapsible stock, so it can be shorter. It is a 13.5-inch barrel. It's got the, so it's not really a rifle, it's considered a pistol because it's got the pistol brace. It's in 5.56. I got the SIG 4T Pro, I believe, on it, which is a great red dot. Now, it's not a cheap rifle. This is like a $2,000, well, it's a gun, we'll just call it a gun. It's not a cheap gun, it's a $2,000 gun. I had to sell 2 of my rifles to get this, but it's everything that I've been looking for in a perfect defense rifle. It's the safety. Oh, and the charging handle, just like the AK, is on the side. It's actually better than the AK because it's on the right side, so I find that easier to charge and reach over with the AK. So this is the Galil ACE 2. It's just under $2,000. Great gun. Took it shooting, extremely accurate. It is made by Israeli Weapons Industries, which makes the actual guns for the IDF. This was a battle rifle back in the 70s and 80s. Been in some wars out there, extremely battle tested. And it is modernized, it's the ACE 2, so very, very nice rifle. It's an expensive rifle, so they don't use this anymore in their military because they can just order a bunch of M4s, and the Israelis use the M4s and the Tavors, but they just don't use these. They don't. I'll show you what they use. And so I went to pick that up. Arizona Firearms had another rifle there that I love. I always wanted one. It's a 308 Tavor. And they just happen to have the 308 Tavor, but I believe it's a 17-inch barrel or 16.5-inch barrel in 308. Now this is what the Israelis use. Actually, the Israelis use this in 5.56, in NATO 5.56. But this is NATO 308. And like I said, this is like a 16.5-inch barrel, but it's actually got a smaller footprint than any of these other guns on the table. And this is a rifle. This is a 308 rifle. Also got a SIG, I forget what this thing is called. Wonderful sight. Because it's 308 7.62 by 51, you can take a much further or farther shot with this one. But yeah, I just had to buy this, so I came home, got 2 more rifles to sell to buy this thing. Now this is about a $2,000 gun as well. So yeah, in a day I spent $4,000 on two guns. Both are Israeli made, Israeli Defense Industries. But I mean, I took these out shooting, man. They're worth it. They're worth every single cent. And I think I found my 2 battle rifles or defense rifles. This is truly a battle rifle. You know, you're not going to use this in your house unless you really don't like your neighbors. But yeah, this is a true battle rifle. In fact, it's used by the IDF in 5.56. But for my home defense now, I will be always depending on my Galil ACE 2. It is everything I want in a good home defense rifle. And I would suggest this pretty much over anything at this point. Just great rifle. I'm shooting it. I don't have videos of me shooting it because when I took it out to shoot for the first time, it was so fun to shoot. I was just like, I'm not even going to do any videos. I'm just going to really enjoy this. So maybe I'll take it out to the desert or out to C2 Tactical in Tempe and get some video of it. But man, such a nice rifle. Oh, yeah, we'll get into that some other time. I was just going to say, this SIG sight, I believe it's the 4T Pro. It's a great optic, great little red dot. Anyway, so that is my little journey to finding what I believe is the best defense rifle you could possibly own. It's not cheap, but it's definitely what to do, whatever that means. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Have a wonderful week, and I go to work in 2 days from now, so I'm almost done with my vacation. Pro tip on taking vacation: don't take a whole week. Take like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, come back on Thursday, so you're only there Thursday and then Friday, and then you got the weekend right after that. It kind of takes the burn out of it a little bit more. But anyway, I hope this mic worked, and you'll have a good week. Bye.